Hunter weapon wielded by Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower. A trick sword originated in the same country as the Canehurst Shikashi. Only this sword feeds not off blood, but instead demands great dexterity. Lady Maria was fond of this aspect of Rakuyo, as she frowned upon bloodblades, despite being a distant relative of the queen. One day, she abandoned her beloved Rakuyo, casting it into a dark well when she could stomach it no longer. Hey guys, that was of course the lore for the Rakuyo blade, which is one of my favorite new weapons in the Old Hunters DLC. Today I'm going to be showing you all the moves and abilities that the weapon has. So without further ado, we'll get to the video. The weapon itself is A scaling in skill and C scaling in Arcane if it's maxed out. Currently I have it at +7, and I'll just really quickly show you my stats. I have 28 in skill and 34 in Arcane, but if you're doing a skill build, you'll probably have even better results. It's still a really fun weapon, but it's pretty weak with my current stats. The first move we have, first of all, let's just take a look at the weapon. It is a dual-bladed weapon, which appears to have a short sword with a even shorter part of it, which looks like a dagger, at the end. The R1 is a quick slash from right to left. If you press it multiple times, you'll get a combo, which includes a pummel followed by a slash downward, diagonally, and then we'll also end up with a upward thrust attack, followed by a final slash downward, which is really a great setup. R1 will do a pummel attack, which is good for dealing with enemies who are trying to guard your attacks. And then if you pause for a sec, you can actually still use that follow-up swing even if you pause for a moment, which is really useful. The backstep R1 is a wind-up slash from right to left, which is really powerful. Backstep R2 is a thrust from the left side, as you can see right there, and it's quicker than the charge up R2, which is a thrust from the right side. However, if you just press R2, you will do a kind of twisty upward attack. Not really sure what to call it, but it looks like this. And that is very good for dealing with enemies who are guarding as well. The jumping R2 is a jump up in the air that slashes downward with the blade at a horizontal slash. And the running R1 is a very powerful wind up on the right to left slash. And of course the roll is a upward vertical slash like that, and that's rolling R1. And when you press L1, it splits right into the short sword and dagger that it looks like. Once it's split, it takes on a whole new style, which is great. It's one of my favorite things about Bloodborne's content, is how unique it is with the transforming weapons. R1 will do all these strong slashes horizontally with a middle cleave attack on the third R1, which will essentially have your character put both weapons in front of them and swing out in both directions backwards towards their shoulders. Running R1 with the transformation will do a left dagger slash up from left to right. Rolling R1 is a very powerful wing from right to left slash. And the rolling R2 will do this really quick stab with the left dagger. You can also do a backstep R2, which does an upward thrust attack, which is slightly at an angle. And if you're doing a running R1, again, it's that leftward slash with the daggers, left to right. The jumping R2 will actually do essentially the same move as before the weapon is transformed, except that it will actually slash with both weapons, which is more powerful. And if you hold down R2 again, it does that, and you can follow that up with a whole bunch of slashing attacks. So the top one, R1 does this into that cleave, and the R2 does all these stabbing attacks with both the short sword and the daggers. And backstep R1 is a quick, very quick actually, slash from right to left with the dagger. Your running R2 is this wind-up thrust attack, which is really good for catching enemies off guard. And the transformation attacks, of course, which are awesome because they can be used inside of pretty much any combo or move, including your rolls and such. So like a rolling L1, we'll do a downward, let me see if I can do the camera a little bit better, but a rolling R1 there will pull them apart, and it sort of does that cleaving move, but it does it kind of with a little bit more range. But if it's broken like this, you do the roll. As you can see, it does that stabbing thrust like that. The backstep L1, if they're broken, will do essentially the same move. And if they're together, we'll swing them apart like that. And if you're in a combo of R1, R1, and then press the L, it'll do that thrust. And the same with this, of course. Just splits them. The other move, which is awesome, is this spin attack, which really reminds me of like The Legend of Zelda. And you hold down L2 to do that. Now, what's nice with the L2 spin attack is that you can follow it up with an L1, which will, you kind of have to do it at the end of the animation, which will do a left side thrust and put the weapon back together. So that is all of the moves and abilities that the weapon has. I appreciate you watching the video. The rest of the video will just be showing off all of the moves against different enemies in the game. But I thank you so much for watching. Please like and comment if you liked the video and if there's anything you would like to say. And please subscribe to the channel for more Bloodborne as well as other gaming content. I really appreciate it. You have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks. Bye-bye. But know this, in the end, your efforts will only prove futile.